And welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour. Today, it's one of our favorites here at this house. It's so easy to make. It's lemon pepper chicken over cauliflower rice. Very easy. Let me show you what we're going to do. By the way, brought to you by Quality Foods. I was at Quality Foods today getting all these ingredients, and everybody wanted to know what we're having on the show tonight, so I told them. So it's always good to see folks out and find out, and let them find out what we're doing on this program. We're going to take chicken. Now, I prefer to use chicken thighs. They're just more flavorful, and I've pounded these out a little thin, so that means they're going to cook in like 3-4 minutes on each side. So that's going to be quick. First of all, it wouldn't be lemon pepper without pepper
or lemon.
And lemon. So we're going to have some freshly cracked pepper. This is a Food Club from Quality Foods, and it comes in this cool fresh cracked pepper deal here. So we're going to put some pepper in there. Quite a bit of pepper.
Is watching.
Hey, David, glad to have you along this afternoon. A little bit of salt, a little bit of oregano, oh, pardon me, a little bit of dried thyme, and a little bit of smoked paprika. Going to just kind of stir those up there a little bit. And we're going to take our chicken, and we're just going to sprinkle this on each of these pieces of chicken. Now, the recipe calls for 2 8-ounce breasts. That'll make 2 servings, but I'm using about 4-ounce thighs, so I'm using 4 of these. So we're going to make that work, and then I will season the other side once I put them in the pan. Okay. I've got a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Actually, it's not extra virgin. This is just cheap olive oil. You don't have to have the extra virgin whenever you're doing cooking. Extra virgin is good for when you're doing a presentation like a salad or something that needs a little bit of taste to it. So we're using a cheaper version of olive oil. So we're going to let that get a little bit warm so it'll be able to take this over. Next week, we're going to be not on the show. We're heading out. So we're going to be going to Cozumel and Costa Maya on our cruise. We'll be
thinking about you, though.
Yeah, we'll be thinking about you. Not a whole lot, but we'll be thinking about your son. By the way, I don't know if Ashley Gregory's watching or not, but guess what, Debbie?
What?
Ashley Gregory celebrates a birthday on Saturday. Guess who else celebrates a birthday on Saturday?
I just don't know.
Debbie's birthday is on Saturday, too. So,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, so she's going to be celebrating her birthday along with Ashley Gregory on Saturday. How about that? Who knew Ashley had the same birthday you did?
Roger Murray's watching.
Roger, hey, man. Glad to have you watching this afternoon. And here I'm going to put the rest of this seasoning over. I put the spiced side down, so I put the rest of this seasoning over it right now. And we'll make sure all that gets in there. Now, what I'm going to do is take some lemon juice, and I'm going to pour some lemon juice over this once it's finished. So we're going to have that going on. Like I said, this is going to cook very quickly, probably 5, maybe 8 minutes total. So while I'm doing that, this is going to be served over cauliflower rice. Now, I've already started part of my cauliflower head here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put these other pieces in there just to show you how to do it. Again, can't say enough about this Ninja food processor. My old food processor was so loud and so ineffective and didn't half chop. And this thing is just fantastic. And it just goes and does its thing so quietly and so effectively.
Todd Kinman is watching.
Todd, man, how's Todd and Amy doing? Hey, Todd, I got a question for you. I've been seeing you making this chicken mull, and I am not familiar with chicken mull. I'm familiar, obviously, with chicken and dumplings and those kind of things. What is chicken mull? I've seen a lot of people make that. What's the difference in that and a stew? What is a mull? Todd, fill me in on that, man. I don't know.
Phyllis Cantrell is watching.
Phyllis, hey, glad to have you tuning in today as well. Here's a little bit of olive oil going in.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take my cauliflower rice. Pardon me, sweetheart. I didn't get out a spoon for this. Get out a trusty wooden spoon. And I want to put my cauliflower rice in. I like to let my cauliflower rice, you can actually just serve this straight over the cauliflower. Cauliflower is fine as it is. But I like to cook mine a little bit.
You like to brown it?
I like to brown it, and I like to put lemon juice in it. Yeah, we'll pretend it's rice. So get that out of there. So we're going to let that do its thing there for a few minutes. We're going to be adding some spinach to this as well. So we're going to have a little spinach put in there. So I'm just going to let this, I've got 2 skillets out here today. You can do this in a saucepan if you wish, but I love these new granite covered skillets that I've got. They are
Vinny's watching.
Hey, Vinny, I hope you're feeling better, man. Vinny's
And
had a
Ashley
tough time
says,
of it.
"Hey, Charles and Debbie, happy birthday, Ashley."
Yeah, happy birthday, Ashley. Hope it's going to be a good one. I just told you Debbie's is also on Thursday, on Saturday. So y'all going to be having dual birthdays. She's 41. You're not quite 41.
Oh, I wish.
41 was a while ago.
Kenneth House is watching.
Kenneth, man, good to have you tuning in as well. Tell you what, racing season is about upon us. First race going on at Livonia is coming up in what? Less than 3 weeks, I guess it is.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm going to add to this cauliflower rice, I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and a little bit of, again, cracked pepper. I want to have, the pepper is the theme of lemon pepper chicken. That along with lemon juice. Oops, I'm getting a little wild here, sweetheart.
Throwing rice everywhere.
Yep, throwing rice. I think we're getting married again, throwing rice. And here's some lemon juice going in. Now, lemon juice does a couple of things. Number one, it gives it the lemony flavor we're looking for. It also cuts the taste of that cauliflower just a little bit. It doesn't taste so cauliflowerish. Is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make it a word anyway. All right, so we got one side just about done. I mean, I tell you what, this stuff cooks up so quickly.
Kathy Carroll is watching.
Kathy, glad to have you tuning in. It's so nice to see new people tuning in that haven't done it in a while. I think I've sent you a couple of recipes. Remember, if you like the video, then I'll be happy to send you the recipe. All you got to do is like it.
Vinny just came from the hospital.
Vinny, how are you, man? I know you've had a tough time of it. So back up a little, sweetheart. While this is going on, I've got 4 ounces of spinach here. Can you believe that's 4 ounces of spinach?
I know it is.
And I'm dropping it everywhere, sweetie. So I'm just going to run my knife through this just a little bit. I just want to, I mean, it's going to wilt, but I just don't want to have it so big that you've got a full leaf in your mouth whenever you take a bite. So I'm just going to run my knife through it, just rough chop.
Vinny says he's feeling rough.
I bet you are, Vinny. I hate to hear that's going on.
Just spending the time in the emergency room is enough to make you feel rough.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No.
Had that opportunity the other day, and I hated having to be there. But first time I've been in a hospital, and I don't know when.
Yes.
I think I went back once right before we got married. I had to go to the emergency room. I mean, before we met. I was having...
I don't know.
Imagine that. I was having anxiety over what was going on in my life.
God.
We had a lot going on in our lives back in those days. Oh, my goodness.
Jimmy Robinson's watching.
Jimmy sent me a beautiful song today. Man, I tell you what, Jimmy, I appreciate you sending that. That lifted me up.
You've got still a little sauce over here.
I know.
You're aware of that.
I'm aware. And while the cauliflower is doing that, it's time to go ahead and put this
Thank you, Jimmy.
wonderful spinach in there. And we're going to let that wilt down. And that's going to become the basis for our chicken to sit on. So again, that'll just wilt just a little
Plus
bit.
that gives you your veggie and...
Right. You got 2 veggies here. You got cauliflower and you've got spinach.
Right.
So you've got your protein and you've got your veggies and you don't have a whole lot of fat. I tell you what.
Scotty Fulbright is watching.
Who?
Scotty Fulbright.
Scotty, man. Glad you're tuning in. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Todd.
So we're just going to let that wilt down.
That looks like cheese, doesn't it?
It does look like cheese. So now the chicken is just about done. Now, while that's cooking, I want to do a couple of things here. Pardon me again, sweetheart. I want to take this lemon, and I'm going to scorch that lemon. We're going to use that as a garnish on there. These don't need to go in there. This is going to be my serving bowl again.
Okay.
So we're just going to let that lemon scorch a little bit.
You can see my Santa over the stove.
Yeah.
You can tell that I've not taken down Christmas decorations yet. I'm enjoying them so much, I'm just leaving them up.
But now what you have done is you've changed over your Christmas tree to a Valentine's tree.
I did.
Yeah.
I sure
And then
did.
she's got all the stuff. Get this. She's got all the stuff to make it a St. Patty's tree, too. So
That's
our
right.
Christmas tree is never
And then
coming down.
Easter.
Yeah, then
Easter's
Easter,
a
yeah.
big one.
We've decided that we might take our Christmas decorations down by Easter.
Maybe. It's a little pink tree, though, so it needs to be up longer.
Yeah, and you can change it to red for July 4th, too, if you want to,
I
right?
can do that. I already have stuff picked out. You
Oh,
didn't
my
know that,
Lord.
did you?
I did not. Tell you what, Amazon, they need to get those drones going because they could fly to our house every day.
Every day.
Every day, every day. Again, thanks to the folks at Quality Foods. Matter of fact, I had 2 people stop me today when I was in town, wanted to know the history of the yellow hat. I wonder how many people know about that. But let me tell you what happened. When I first started announcing races, especially when I started working for NASCAR, they would try to find me in the pits, and they would say, we need you to stand out in the pit so we can come down to you quickly. Well, I started out with this beautiful uniform that Debbie made me. It had these checkered flag sleeves. So they could kind of spot me there, at least at short racetracks. But when we got to big places like Atlanta, a huge racetrack, that they still couldn't see me. So all of a sudden, everything evolved into what became the yellow hat. So they could look down in the pits, quickly see the yellow hat, and say, let's go down to Charles, even with Rusty Wallace. They could spot me very quickly doing that kind of thing. So that's the history behind the yellow hat. Everybody always wants to know that.
Linda Ewing is watching.
Linda, I'm glad to have you tuning in.
Oh,
I'm going to put a
we're
little
gonna
lemon
squeeze
juice on
that
there.
all over.
Do what?
You gonna put some more over there?
I am. I've got this right here that I'm going to dump in there as well. So we're going to put that in there, and that will help that to wilt. To be honest with you, I was supposed to have bought 2 lemons for my freshly squeezed lemonade, lemon juice. I only bought 1, so that's going to become the garnish here. And I use the lemon juice out of the jar. You know,
Well, I don't have to have garnishes.
sometimes I use garlic out of the jar. Sometimes I'll use lemon juice out of the jar. I don't always use fresh squeezed stuff.
Okay.
And that, man, it's looking so good. So what we're going to do now is, let me get my bowl over here. I'm just going to show you how to plate one of these. I'll plate the others when we go off. But let me show you how to do that. Look at that, how good that looks. Spinachy and cauliflowery and ricey. Half of it goes in here. This is a 2. This is just enough for 2. So half of that goes in. Now we're going to take 2 of these chicken thighs. And we're going to cut them on the diagonal. Look at how pretty those are cooked through. And they're juicy. That's what I like about thighs. Good. They're juicy.
Yeah. I have trouble with chicken breast.
Yeah, Debbie had gastric bypass, and it was a failed thing, and she can't eat chicken breasts with that because it just doesn't process through her system anymore.
TJ Pham is watching.
Who?
TJ Pham. Hooper.
Oh, the Hooper family, yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying
Got to know how to read that. All right, so there you go. That is it. What a great meal. It's lemon pepper chicken. You saw that, how quickly that whole thing came together in less than 15 minutes. Lemon pepper chicken over cauliflower and spinach rice. There it is. That's from the Healthy Happy Hour. Just like it, and we will send you the video. We'll send you the recipe, and you'll have it. You can make it tomorrow night. Enjoy yourselves, everybody. We'll see you in a couple of weeks after we get back from our great cruise. By the way, if you want to go on a cruise, I'm booking cruises all the time. Booked another one today for somebody. Just let me know. Go to yellowhatdude.com and start checking it out, and then get with me, and I'll book it completely for you. It doesn't cost you a dime, except for what you pay for the cruise lines. You don't pay me anything. Put it that way.
There you go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.